What's good, everybody? This is your Lethal Spur, John Peterson here, and welcome back to History of Yu-Gi-Oh! Today we are going to be doing a double header. Why? Because, well, let's just say I have a lot of people to thank. And do I mean a lot of people? Everyone, just look at this comment. Over 1,000 likes. Oh my god. 45 replies, though. But even though some of you called me a cringe merchant, I take great offense to that, by the way, I feel I owe you all a big, big debt of gratitude. So we are going to be tackling two, count them, two starter decks. As kind of my way of giving back. So, without further delay, let's get right into it. Starting with 5D's Structure Deck 2008, released on August 5th, 2008. Fitting how the name works. Anyway, let's get right into it. We got Toon Warrior, a Earth Attribute Level 3 Warrior-type Tuner Monster. Tuner Monsters, by the way, are extremely required to Synchro Summon, with 1,600 attack and 200 defense. The Warrior's antenna can attune to any energy wave. It can monitor transmissions from miles away, but always suffers from bad reception. Water Spirit, a Water Attribute Level 1 Aqua-type Tuner Monster with 400 attack and 1,200 defense. This ancient Water Spirit haunts the glacial monoliths of Antarctica. It has the power to seep into the pores of any substance and chill it to the bone. Which is weird, considering its dismal attack. Next we got Axe Raider, an Earth Attribute Level 4 Warrior-type monster with 1,700 attack and 1,150 defense. An axe-wielding monster of tremendous strength and agility. Darkblade. They say he's a dragon-manipulating warrior from the Dark World. His attack is tremendous, using his great swords with vicious power. Charcoal Impachi, a Fire Attribute Level 1 Pyro-type monster with 100 attack and 2,100 defense. A wicked wooden spirit that is burned out. The barbecue cooked with this charcoal is so awesome that everyone thinks it's priceless. Oh, crap. Now I'm getting hungry just reading that. Let's move on. Woodborg Impachi, a Fire Attribute Level 5 Machine Monster with 500 attack and 2,500 defense. The new form of the enigmatic Apache, remodeled by cutting-edge Dark World technology. Maneuverability has been sacrificed for strong armor, which is considered more important. I don't blame him. Spiral Serpent, and I cannot be the only one thinking about this, but it looks kind of like perfect chaos. I'm gonna leave that to the imagination of the comments for Spiral Serpent. But it is a Water Attribute Level 8 Sea Serpent type monster with 2,900 attack and defense. When huge whirlpools lay cities asunder, it is the hunger of this sea serpent at work. No one has ever escaped its dreaded spiral wave to accurately describe the terror they have experienced. Next we got Renge, Gatekeeper of Dark World. A Dark Attribute Level 4 Fiend-type monster with 100 attack and 2,100 defense. His renowned athletic physique, yeah right, has made him famous with the populace of Darkworld. They call him Iron Wall Renge because no one can break through his incredible defenses. Sure, let's go with that. Atlantean Pikeman, a Water Attribute Level 2 Sea Serpent type monster with 1,400 attack and 0 defense. The Great Ocean Lord, who reigns over the depths, is served by these lancers. Deep-sea creatures exist in fear of facing the stream of attacks their lances are capable of. Wow, 23 cards. This is going to be a doozy. Anyway, let's move on to the effect monsters. We got Sonic Chick, an Earth Attribute Level 1 Winged Beast monster with 300 attack and defense. Cannot be destroyed by battle with monsters that have over 1900 attack. Junk Synchron. A dark attribute level 3 warrior type tuner monster with 1300 attack and 500 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position, but it has its effects negated. Speed Warrior. A wind attribute level 2 warrior type monster with 900 attack and 400 defense. Once per battle phase, if this card was normal summoned this turn, except during the damage step, you can make its attack points become double its original attack until the end of the battle phase. Magna Drago. A fire attribute level 2 dragon type tuner monster with 1400 attack and 600 defense. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, it gains 200 attack. Frequency Magician. A light attribute level 2 spellcaster type tuner monster with 800 attack and 400 defense. When this card is normal summoned, place up to one spell counter on it. You can remove one spell counter from this card to have one face-up monster you control gain 500 attack until the end phase. Copycat. A light attribute level 1 spellcaster monster with 0 attack and defense. If this card is summoned, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. This card's attack and defense become equal to that monster's original attack and defense. UFO Turtle. A fire attribute level 4 machine type monster with 1400 attack and 1200 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster from 1500 or less attack from your deck and face-up attack position. Mystic Tomato. A dark attribute level 4 plant type monster with 1400 attack and 1100 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one dark monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck and face-up attack position. Marauding Captain. An earth attribute level 3 warrior type monster with 1200 attack and 400 defense. Your opponent cannot target warrior monsters for attacks, except this one. When this card is almost summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. Exiled Force. Nice. An earth attribute level 4. You can tribute this card to target one monster on the field and destroy it. Synchro Boost. And equips this card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and its level is increased by 1. Synchro Blast Wave. Oops. If you control a synchro monster, target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Synchronized Realm. Each time you synchro summon a synchro monster, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. The warrior returning alive. Target one warrior monster and return it to your hand from the grave. Smashing Ground. Destroy one monster that has the highest defense. Your choice of type. Rush Recklessly. Target one monster you control gains 700 attack till the end of the turn. Monster Reincarnation. Discard a card and draw one. And add one to your hand. Monster to your hand. Lightning Vortex. Same cost, but destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Twister. Pay 500 and then target one face-up and destroy it. Double Summon. You can conduct 2 normal summons this turn. Symbols of Duty. Send one normal monster to the grave, then target one monster in either player's grave and special summon it. Threatening Roar. Your opponent can't declare an attack this turn. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and negate its attack. Also set this card face down. Miniaturize. Activate this card by targeting one face-up monster in the field with more than 1,000 attack. And it loses 1,000 and its level is decreased by 1. Spell Grinding Circle. When your opponent monster doesn't attack or change its battle position. Backup Soldier. When there are 5 or more monsters in the graveyard, target up to 3 non-effect monsters and add them to your hand. Trap Hole. When your opponent normals or flips a monster with 1,000 or more attack, it gets destroyed. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and destroy it. When an monster's effect is activated, discard a card, negate the activation, and destroy the monster. 7 Tools of the Bandit. When a trap card is activated, pay 1,000, negate the activation, and destroy it. And Birthright. Activate this card by targeting a normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon said target in attack position, but when this card leaves the field, it gets destroyed. Or vice versa. Now we got the extra deck of monsters, starting with Junk Warrior, a dark attribute level 5 warrior type synchro monster with 2300 attack and 1300 defense. Its materials are Junk Synchron and one other monster. If this card is synchro summoned, it gains attack equal to the total attack of all level 2 or lower monsters you currently control. Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, a Earth attribute level 6 warrior type synchro monster with 2600 attack and 800 defense. It just needs a tuner and another monster. Finally, we got Colossal Fighter, a dark attribute level 8 warrior type synchro monster with 2800 attack and 1000 defense. And it requires a tuner and another monster. This card gains 100 attack for every warrior in your graveyard. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can target one other warrior monster in the graveyard and special summon it. That was Structure Deck 2008, which was released on August 25th, 2008. Next we got 5D Starter Deck 2009, released on June 9th, 2009. Again, idiosyncrasies much? Anyway, then we got Go Giga Gaga Gigo. Say that 5 times fast. No, actually, don't. Just don't. You'll lose your voice faster than I will. Anyway, it is a water attribute level 8 reptile type monster with 2,950 attack and 2,800 defense. His soul long since collapsed. His body recklessly continued onward. Driven by a lust for more power, he no longer resembles his former self. Which, if you would have read the lore behind the Gaga Gigo archetype, is a big punch in the stomach. Sabersaurus, an Earth attribute level 4 dinosaur type monster with 1900 attack and 500 defense. This normally gentle dinosaur enjoys relaxing in its nest in the prairies. If it becomes anger, it turns terribly ferocious. Giant Hypertech Alligator. Originally a pterodactyl, he was viciously attacked by a dragon. Using the newest technologies, his keeper saved him from near-fatal wounds and brought him back as a powerful cyborg. Again, how that works is heckin' beyond me. X-Saber Anu Piranha, an Earth attribute level 4 warrior type monster with 1800 attack and 1100 defense. A female X-Saber warrior, known for her graceful attacks and calm decision-making in battle, her ambition is merciless and strikes fear into the hearts of her enemies. The Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. A huge dragon dwelling in a cave. It is horrible when it gets angry, although it is usually quiet. It is said to preserve certain treasure. Road Synchron, a light attribute level 4 machine-type tuner monster with 1600 attack and 800 defense. When using this card as a synchro material for a synchro monster of a monster other than Road Warrior, more on him later, reduce this card's level by 2. If this card attacks at the end of the damage step, increase its level by 1 until the end of the turn. Powered Tuner, an water attribute level 4 dragon type monster with 1400 attack and 1000 defense. If this card gains 500 attack for each face-up tuner on the field. So, say you got like Road Synchron, Junk Synchron, and X-Saber Airbellum in play. That's You are looking at, okay, its original attack is 15, it's 1400. 500 times 6, 1500. A near 900 attack point behemoth. Next, we got Goblin Attack Force. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase, and its position can't be changed until your next turn. On phase of your next turn. Which makes this a literal glass cannon. Penguin Soldier. You can target up to 2 monsters on your field on the field and return them to the hand. Sasuke Samurai. Foolish Samurai. Yeah, I had to do it. Yeah, I'm a dork. I'm not afraid to do dorky things. Anyway, a wind attribute level 2 warrior type monster with 500 attack and 800 defense. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a face down defense position monster, destroy that face down monster. Death's Koala, a dark attribute level 3 beast type monster with 1100 attack and 800 defense. Its flip effect is inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. Saber Beetle, an earth attribute level 6 insect type monster with 2400 attack and 600 defense. During battle between this monster and a defense position monster whose defense is lower than the attack, inflict the difference as battle damage. Quillbolt Hedgehog, an earth attribute level 2 machine monster with 800 attack and defense. Although it kind of strikes me as more of a beast monster than a machine. I don't know. If this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. But you must control a tuner monster, like Junk Synchron here, to activate and resolve said effect. And while we're on the subject of Junk Synchron, when this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position, but it has its effects negated. Speed Warrior. Once a battle phase, if this card is normal summoned this turn, except during the damage step, you can make its attack become double its original attack until the end of the battle phase. Skelangle. Its flip effect is draw 1 card. Sonic Chick. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has more than 1900 attack. Magna Drago. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, it gains 200 attack. X-Saber Airbellum. Earth attribute level 3 beast type tuner monster with 1600 attack and 200 defense. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. X-Saber Galahad, an earth attribute level 4 warrior type monster with 1800 attack and 800 defense. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, this card gains 200 attack during the damage step. If this card gains 300 attack during the damage step. Oh, my bad. Anyway, if this card is attacked by an opponent's monster, this card loses 500 attack during the damage step only. But when this card is selected as an attack target, you contribute another Saber monster to negate said attack. Pride of the Weak. When a level 2 or lower monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, and if you have no cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. Giant Trunade, return all spells and traps to the hand, tribute to the Doom, discard and target 1 monster and destroy it. The Warrior Returning Alive, target 1 warrior monster in your field and return it to your hand. Emergency Provisions, send any number of spell or traps in control to the grave and gain 1000 for each one. Creature Swap, each player chooses 1 monster you control and switches control with the other. These monsters cannot change their battle positions for the rest of the turn. Twister, pay 500 and target 1 face-up spell or trap and destroy it. Desynchro, target 1 synchro monster you control, return it to the extra deck, and then of all the monsters you control using the synchro summon, you can special summon them. Unstable Evolution, While your opponent's life points are lower than your life points are lower than your opponent's, the original attack of a monster becomes 2,400. While it's higher, the original attack points become 1,000. Ozaki, inflict 800 damage. Synchro boost, the equipped monster gains 500 attack and its level is increased by 1. Next, we got Gotham's Emergency Call. If a face-up X-Saber monster is on the field, target 2 X-Sabers in your grave and special summon both of them. Dust Tornado. Target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy it, and set any spell and trap in your hand. Magic Drain. When your opponent activates a spell card, they can discard 1 spell card to negate its effect. Otherwise, negate the activation of that spell and destroy it. Raigeki Break. Discard 1 card, target 1 card, destroy it. Limit Reverse. Target 1 monster with 1,000 or less attack in your graveyard. Special summon it in attack position. If this card is changed to defense position, when this card is destroyed, or when this card leaves the field, either this card or the target get destroyed. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, negate it and reset it. At this card. Miniaturize. Activate this card by targeting 1 face-up monster on the field with more than 1,000 attack. Reduce its level by 1 if it has one, and it loses 1,000 attack. Widespread Ruin. When a opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy the attack position monster with the highest attack. Alright, time for the extra deck cards. Woo! Yay! Road Warrior. A white attribute level 8 warrior type synchro monster with 3,000 attack and 1,500 defense. It requires Road Synchron and 2 or more tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower warrior and or machine monster from your deck. Junk Warrior. Requires Junk Synchron and 1 other monster. If this card is synchro summoned, it gains attack equal to the total attack of all level 2 or lower monsters you currently control. And finally, rounding out this double feature, we got X-Saber Urbellum, an Earth attribute level 7 warrior type synchro monster with 2,200 attack and 1,300 defense, who requires a tuner and 1 other monster. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent while they have 4 or more cards in their hand, place 1 random card from their hand on the top of the deck. That about does it for Starter Deck 2009, which came out on June 9th, 2009. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe with those notifications turned on. And remember, you're all breathtaking. This has been your Lethal Spurg, John Peterson, telling you all to take it easy. Have a good one. And I'll see you in about half an hour for the second part of the double header. But wouldn't that make it a triple header? I don't know. But anyway, later.